Hello everyone, welcome back to our social session. Let's start our second chapter, and that is temperature zones. Now, to understand the concept of temperature zones, I would like to share one PPT with you. So, with the use of that PPT, it will be easy for you to understand all the concepts of temperature zones. So, here we have our screen with us, and let's learn all the aspects of temperature zones. So definitely when you are reading this heading temperature zones, right? You will think that what is the main meaning of temperature? What does it mean? So the meaning of temperature is the measure of how hot or cold something is. It's called temperature. Now in this chapter, what we are going to measure it means temperature. So for what? So we are going to measure weather and climate. So let's learn about weather and climate. So there is a vast difference between weather and climate. Now what is that? Weather means it can change within a few minutes, hours, or within a day. But climate, climate takes very long time to change. Generally it takes 30 years. It takes 30 years to change any place climate. The average weather conditions of a place calculated for a long time period, generally 30 years. The life of the people, their food, habits, clothes, and animals and plants found in a particular place are affected by its climate. Different places in the world have different types of climate. Have you ever thought why people in Tamil Nadu do not wear woolen clothes in winter? Why it is so cold in Ladakh but not so cold in Mumbai at the same time? Yes, that is because of climate. There are many factors which affect the climate of a place, and that we are going to learn in this chapter. And that factors are altitude, latitude, distance from the sea, humidity, and wind. So let's start with altitude. Now, before starting the concept of altitude, let's have some talk. Why do people visit hill station in summer season? Why are they cooler? This is because hill stations are situated at a higher altitude. Altitude or the height above sea level affects the climate of a place. Now definitely in this figure you can see this is the sea level, and this height is called altitude. This it is called altitude. So now temperature decreases. Temperature decreases with increasing height or altitude. So if you move towards upside, definitely temperature decreases. For example, the climate of a place becomes cooler as we move from the plains to hilly areas. Sometimes the plains may have very hot climate, but a nearby mountain may have snow-covered peak. Example, Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa is situated near the equator, but its peak remains covered with snow for most part of the year. This is because its peak is at a high altitude. So this is the concept of altitude. Now let's learn about latitude. Now in this figure you can see different parts of the earth receive different amounts of solar radiation, right? This is because the sun's rays strike the earth's surface most directly at the equator. Here in this figure you can see here equator, and the sun's rays directly rays on the equator. As you move away from the equator, you will notice that different areas also receive different amounts of sunlight in a different seasons. So definitely from equator, if you move towards poles, So here you can see sun rays are it strikes very less. But over this area nearby equator, sun strikes are mostly directly. So this is the main concept of latitude. Now the latitude at which a place is located affects the climate of the place. Places situated near the equator receives direct sun rays. Therefore, the climate of the place in the equatorial region is very hot and humid. Places located at high latitude far from the equator means over here nearby Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. So it's away from equator. Receives slanting rays. Now if you will notice this all are slanting rays of the sun. The slanting rays travel for a longer distance and spread out over a large area. So here all the sun rays are slanted, okay, and it covers large area. But over here nearby equator, it strikes directly. As we move towards the poles, so here we have both the poles, North Pole and South Pole. As we move towards the poles, the rays of the sun become more slanting and the amount of heat received very less. Definitely here you can notice this. The solar radiation and sun ray strikes very less, but nearby equator it's very straight. Most directly they are receiving sun rays. So this is the second factor which affects any place climate. Now let's understand how the rays of the sun fall on the earth through this experiment. Now as I have shown in my previous video, you need one cardboard and one torch with you. Now what you have to do is make a round hole in a cardboard. Hold the cardboard box in front of a wall and using a torch, shine light through the hole. You will observe that the light is concentrated in one area. Now remove the cardboard box and shine the torch on the wall. You will observe that the light gets scattered over a large area. However, the concentration of light will be maximum at the center. Now this way, the sun is like a shining torch which gives us light. So here the same concept is presented here. In an equatorial area, sun strikes most directly, and apart from that, nearby North Pole and South Pole, slanted sun rays are there. So this is the concept of latitude. Now let's move back towards distance from the sea. Now to understand the concept of distance from the sea, places situated closer to the sea, places which all are situated closer to the sea, ocean, have moderate climate. Which kind of climate? Moderate climate during summer or winter. On the other hand, places which are situated far away from the sea or ocean are cold in winter and hot in summer. Now what is the reason behind this? So this is because of the land and sea breezes which keeps the coastal regions cool. So now let's understand the concept of sea breeze and land breeze. Now during daytime, here in this figure we can see during daytime land heats up. Here land heats up faster and warms the air above over here. The warm air rises and makes way for the cool breeze. Now like this way. The rotation of air is like this way, blowing over the sea. But at night time, the sea remains warm. This sea remains warm because it loses heat slowly as compared to land. Now the air above the sea, here you can see air above the sea is warm and it rises, making way for the cool breeze, blowing from the land. So direction is like this way. This is how distance from the sea affects the climate of a place. Now one example I'll give you for the land breeze and sea breeze. Mumbai and Pune are situated at almost similar latitudes, right? However, Mumbai has a moderate climate as compared to Pune. This is because Mumbai lies near the Arabian Sea and Pune is surrounded by land. So, understood the concept of distance from the sea means land breeze and sea breeze. Our next factor is humidity. Now definitely you will think about that, what does it mean? Humidity means what? So humidity means the amount of water vapor or moisture present in the air is called humidity. Now in this figure, in this picture, you can notice the amount of water vapor in this figure is very less, but in this figure it's very high. Okay, so that is called humidity. If the humidity in the air is more, it often causes rainfall. Places near the equator are hot and humid, hence they receive a lot of rainfall, and places situated in desert region receives little or no rainfall. This is because the air which blows over the desert is very dry. So this is the concept of humidity. Now next factor, and that is wind. Now wind also affect the climate of a place depending on their places of origin. Winds which blow from the sea towards land often bring rainfall to coastal areas. For example, the monsoon winds blow over the Arabian Sea. Here you can see in this figure, and bring rainfall to the western coast of India. Similarly, warm winds increase the temperature of a place. For example, hot and dry winds called Lu. So if you will notice this figure, warm winds increase the temperature of a place. For example, hot and dry winds called Lu blow over most part of the northern India. Lu is one of the factors which increases the temperature of many places in summer as well. Understood, students? So I hope you all are clear with factors affecting climate. And if you have any doubts and queries, we will solve it in our session, live session. So to understand this concept more clearly, I have shared two YouTube video links for your reference: climate and weather, sea breeze and land breeze. So to understand this concept very effectively and clearly, you can go through this YouTube link. Fine. So see you later on. Bye bye. Take care.